I'm Leshana, and this is my OMG interview. Since I've been back and I've been doing the Leshana's before and after makeover show in Trinidad and Tobago, my biggest challenge is one, getting people to understand what it's really about. Yes, we have seen something like it abroad, but it's a different twist. I'm changing the lives of 3 individuals throughout 12 episodes, and I'm also going around Trinidad and Tobago, surprising persons who deserve it, a transformation that is. The thing that I love about the show is really changing lives. When I first moved back 3 years ago to Trinidad, my beloved Trinidad and Tobago, where I was born, I knew I wanted to create that change that I want to see. We all speak about, crime, and we all speak about, where, local content, us, not following anyone else. But in order for us to see that change, we all have to work together to create it. So definitely I'm proud of the before and after show. I came across an amazing family, Nayoka. You're gonna see on episode 3. Her mother wrote me in and asked me to actually, if I could treat Nayoka to a day as a princess because she's been taking care of the family. I didn't realize, I knew there was poverty out there. I didn't realize how much so, and I wasn't prepared for it. But once I met the family, I realized that I had to do something, but we all can do something together. There's something I want us to understand, Trinidad and Tobago. Social media, it's an amazing thing. It has worked for many of us. It's working for my show. But we cannot just let it be just an outlet of expression. We also have to put the action behind all the things that we want to change in society today. And, this is what the show is about. It's about changing lives, creating a good feeling. I want to turn on local television and go, wow, that was amazing, that feels good. I don't want to see any more crime. Let's start showing fashion and smiles and talent and amazing makeup artists that we have in Trinidad, and amazing hairstylists we have in Trinidad. Let's start showcasing what we have versus our downfall, and that's when we're going to start seeing the beauty that Trinidad really is. What I'm saying is, let's start pushing our positives instead of our negatives. If we are constantly bombarded with seeing shows that's highlighting crime, then what do you think is going to happen? That's all we're seeing. Remember, anytime you have a thought, it manifests itself. So let's start manifesting and seeing our culture in a positive light, because we have so much of it. I've met great people along the way, I must say. House of Kathy, and makeup artists like Rochelle, many persons like Nathaniel Hussein, great talent out there, and let's start highlighting that. And that is what the before and after show is about. It's creating that positivity that we want to see in Trinidad and Tobago, because at the end of the day, Trinidad is beautiful. When I first moved back here to live with my dad, Mr. William Munro, founder of Soca Monarch, he's been such a great influence, to me and many others out there. I knew that I wanted to do something that, for me, Leshana is going to create a change. He has created a change in many instances, in fashion, in culture, especially culture. I know that I wanted to make my stamp in Trinidad and Tobago to create that change also, but for my individual self, I'm blessed to have such an amazing role model as my dad, and also my mom, who lives abroad. It's been about 4 years since I've been back to my beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. I knew that I was going to come back and live here one day, and I'm so happy I did so. I wish many of us who go abroad to live for a long period of time do the same, because there's so much we can lend to, our heritage, our culture. There's so much we can give. I always say traveling is great, but coming back to your home to, give back what you have learned is always a beautiful thing. So I'm happy to be back. It's 4 years now, and I'm very proud of the Leshana before and after show. And I want everybody to tune in. Of course, it's on TV6 at 6 p.m. every Saturday before the news. Tuesdays at 10 p.m. for those who, those party goers that go out on a Saturday. My message out there to, the corporate and private sectors of Trinidad and Tobago, something I've learned being abroad in London, Canada, and the US, is they actually look towards us. And I don't know if we are aware of that. They actually look to us for fashion. They actually, if you see the music videos, it's inspired by us. And so we need to understand that you need to support us the creative minds in Trinidad and Tobago going forward to create that local content we want to see, that creativity we want to see, that beauty that we want to see in Trinidad and Tobago. And then we won't have to follow, well, you know what, think we're following, because we're actually not following. If you lived abroad, you'll realize that they're actually following us. So it's time that we take, you know, a step forward with all entities to support us local content. There's so many things that I actually learned through this venture. One of the things though that, you know, I just spoke about private sectors and, you know, huge companies coming on board and supporting local content. But the big designers that are huge now, I'm not going to call any names, but the big designers also, you must remember at one point you were small too, right? So you also can't forget where you came from, and you also have to help those, you know, that's coming up now. You also have to be a part of these, you know, local shows that's coming out now. As you all see, there's many local content coming out, and we need also those who have made it to not turn your backs and think, okay, now I've made it. Foreign persons are looking at me, but, you know, give a hand to those coming up, because someone gave a hand to you. And I think that's my biggest lesson to learn. I actually thought starting this show, I would have had a lot of designers just knocking on my door, but that wasn't the case. But in due time, all that shall change. And all I'm saying is that those who have made it, remember, someone had to give you a hand to get up there too. So that's my biggest lesson so far. Many persons ask me, Leshana, why this show? Persons like Sharon Cumberbatch, who is one of my great mentors, many others, by the way. Corey Joseph, thank you for being my mentor, Bishop Divital, many persons, including my dad and my mom. I'll tell you what I want to accomplish. I want, when we see a person speak, or we see an individual walk into our shops, or walking to our homes, or walking on the street, do not judge them. Understand that we all have potential. Every single one of us has potential, just in a different way. Let's start putting aside that judgment that we do and lend an ear. If you can't lend a hand, listen. Let's start all working together as how Trinidad used to be. I remember growing up, we were all one family. No one went hungry. If you needed a lime, lemon juice, you just go by your neighbor's tree and pick it, right? Let's get back to that foundation. You know, I'm tired of seeing crime on the newspaper, and that's not our culture. Understand that. And we can all get back to the way we used to be, sweet, sweet TNT. That hasn't gone anywhere. So that's what I want this show to inspire everyone to take a step back, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, what am I doing to create that change I want to see today? I just want to expand a little bit on one of my challenges. I want to really dive in home for you guys. For those, you know, big companies out there, I must say, you are big because of us, because of our people, our little people, the little persons out there. You know, if you look at the stores, it's us who are walking in, and it's us that's buying. In order for us to grow as a society in Trinidad and Tobago, it has to be a recycle. You know, we are giving, then you also have to give back. You also have to put in. You also, in order for this to function the way we want to see it function, in order to see positivity in Trinidad and Tobago, the big companies has to also lend a, and it's not even lending a hand, but it's more to me, investing back into the society that has invested in them. It's really that simple. And I'm a little sick and tired of seeing, I hope that's not too much of a hard word, but I am. I'm a little sick and tired of seeing big companies only investing in parties. Trinidad is not just about a party, and I want us to stop that. Everything is a party. It's not true. We're loving. Yes, we love to have a good time, but it's not just about a carnival. It's not just about a soca. It's time that big companies start investing in positive shows on television, especially in the time that we're in. Especially, this is the time that it's the most needed. So we need you guys, yes, I'm speaking to you, we need you guys to invest back in positivity at the end of the day, because there's so much. My OMG moments, I have to be real with you, is not too long ago I got really ill. Everyone had that little cold that was going around, and I had it really severe. And I ran to the drugstore looking absolutely crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean crazy. And someone said, you're that girl in red from the before and after show. And that was my OMG moment. I couldn't believe that she even recognized me. And what put the icing on the cake, she said, I love that show. And I called my whole family on a Saturday at 6 just to watch a show. And it makes me feel so good. So I kind of had two OMG moments in one day. Guys, thank you for tuning in to my moments on OMG. You can also check out the Leshana's Before and After Show on Facebook. So just put in the Leshana's Before and After Show. A lot of people have been asking me, how can I be a part? Well, it's easy. Just share and like the page and tell me who you think should be next for the next transformation. Bye.